Ooh, dearie me. Alaskan Road Truckers has got off to a bit of a shaky start. This game came out on October 18th. It is now October 26th. That is 8 days, and in those 8 days there have been 7 big patches. Now that's impressive. That shows that they're really trying to make the game better. But if I'm honest, a lot of it is stuff that should have been caught way earlier. So we're going to start a new game and go through the things that I like and that I don't like about this game. Alright, we're going to be this guy right here. He's from the DLC. Yes, I bought the DLC. I couldn't help myself. Okay, one thing. Right here it says if you get stuck or damage your truck, call roadside assistance via the CB radio above the windshield. I know that by heart because it's the only hint you ever get. That's the only one. Every single loading screen is that same tip. Alright, we open our eyes. We were just here sleeping while we stood. Got to talk to this lady. We're starting our own business, you see, but we got one last job from our old employer. So we're going to do this. And then the first thing that I'm going to complain about is I don't have a head. I kind of have a head. When I move to the side, I kind of have a head. And then when I'm still, I have just a little bit of a head. Anyway, the first thing, an American Truck Simulator does this too, and Euro Truck Simulator, is you don't back up to the trailer and then get out and lock it in place. That's not how it works. Well, I mean, you do back up to the trailer, but then you don't have to get out and lock it. What you do is you back up, the hitch goes into the fifth wheel, and it locks itself in place. And then, because the trailer brakes are on, because there's no air connected, you tug forward slightly to make sure that it's really locked in there. You don't just back up and get out and lock it yourself. That's not how it works. I wish that trucking games would actually have you have to back up into it and then pull forward to make sure it's actually locked into place. So we'll lock this up. Now the cables, okay? This is your electrics cable. Now that looks like an electricity cable. It really does. And you plug that in here, and then your truck has lights and stuff. This is the air hose. That's not what the air hose looks like. If that was an air hose, and you slip that into this socket like this, when you put air through there, that's just gonna blow straight out. Normal air cables, like, clip into place so that they can't, because there's pressure, obviously. That should be a proper socket, and it's not. Trailer supports, I don't really have a problem with them. They're pretty accurate. All right, and they are fully retracted. We are good to go. Now, okay, this is one of the biggest things I hate. See these storage boxes right here? And the other one right here? Yeah, they're not usable. You can't use those. There's storage in the truck, but like you can buy a chainsaw to cut down trees that have fallen in the road that are in your way. I'm not going to keep a chainsaw in my sleeper. That's just not something I'm going to do. I'm going to keep my chainsaw, my motor oil, my coolant in this cubby. You don't keep that stuff in the truck, and I wish that these would work. All right, I'm done. I'm sorry. Let's get in. Now we start the engine. It's pretty straightforward. And now we release the parking brake. Now we do this. And then the parking brakes are released. And look, the red one is your truck brakes. The yellow one is the trailer brakes. Can we set the trailer brakes? No. You've only got the one option of the truck brakes. I really wish, and I mean it doesn't really matter, but it does to me, that if you're going to make it be realistic, then let me set the trailer brakes myself. Because, and this is the real thing, when there's snow in this game, I've never seen it because it goes from spring to summer and then back to spring. I have never seen winter in this game, but it's supposed to be there. And when it's really cold outside and you've been driving and your tires are all wet and you stop, you do not set the trailer brakes when it's really cold because they will freeze and then they won't unset in the morning and you gotta get under there and bang them and hope that they come loose. And I just wish that that was a thing that could happen. And this, look, they call this the cabin. And it's called a sleeper, if I'm honest. It's a sleeper. And you've got, like I said, you got the storage in here. You can put stuff. This one is for only food. I'm assuming it's supposed to be like a fridge. This one, you can put anything in there. But this is where I keep my chainsaw. I'm not in real life gonna keep my chainsaw in there. I'm just not. All right, let's hit the road. Handbrake is off. Now, I have it in manual, so semi-automatic, but what I'm gonna do is show you why. Oh, I also have the AI traffic off because it's rubbish. I'm gonna turn it on and show you, and then put that into automatic. Now, if you are familiar with truck driving games, then, or just in general, you know that in the revs, most trucks have that little green, like, happy zone where it's most efficient and you're supposed to keep the revs in that zone. This game doesn't do that. It takes it to redline. And I mean, there aren't very many truckers out there that are gonna floor it up to redline all the time and just drive like that. That's not how it works. That's not how automatic transmissions work in trucks. So if we go and we start going, see, look, up to red line, shift. It bounces it off a little bit and then shifts. So it's like it's a Honda Civic. And it is hard to keep a slow speed with the automatic transmission on because it can never make up its mind. And if you go too slow, it'll just go back down to first because it thinks you're trying to stop. So we're not going to play in automatic anymore. I'm not going to only dog on the game because I actually do like it. I really do like it. I think it's got a lot of potential and it's just fun. So I'm also going to go through stuff I like. Like, look at the reflection on the hood. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. And I mean, it's not bad looking around the game. There's lots of trees and bushes and stuff, you know. It looks all right. One thing though is I have to limit the game to 30 frames per second. Oh, sorry car, I wasn't looking. I forgot I turned the traffic back on. I have to limit the game to 30 frames a second because if I just let it do its thing on unlimited or whatever, it is stuttery and it'll pause for a second and then start, and it just won't keep a constant frame rate. So I have to limit it to 30 to get it to run smoothly. I would set it to 60 and lock it there, but it won't actually run at 60 very much of the time. And my computer should be able to run this at 60. See, and another thing is the trucks, I don't know, the top speed of this truck is 57. On like level ground. You can get faster going downhill, obviously, but at 57 miles an hour, which you're at that area a lot because the speed limits are 55 in places, you're at red line. So you're just sitting there with your foot down, bouncing off the limiter, going the speed limit. This speed right here, 30 miles an hour, is like the more realistic speed that you would have to drive this truck at. You're not going to drive around at red line all day. You're just not going to do that. On a highway, you're not going to go for hundreds of miles with your foot floored at red line. You're not going to do that. I do that in this game, but I don't do that in real life. So we're going to speed up, get going here. Ooh, do you want me to show you what the engine brake sounds like? Well, I can't because it doesn't have a Jake brake. It's just not a thing that it has. And I don't know how you make a truck game and not put an engine brake in there. Another thing it doesn't have is cruise control. If we pull up to the pump right here, you look down at the steering wheel, it says set, cancel, on or off, and resume. So it shows that there's cruise control, but it's not actually in the game. You don't have cruise control. I don't like that. Yes, I know how to get gas. I've done this before. This is my 8th career that I've started because I have to keep starting because crap keeps going wrong. And this, now, I don't know. I've never been to Alaska. I don't know if this is how this is, but I have never seen a pump. Also, we're putting in petrol, not diesel. I wish that there was actually a separate diesel pump because this is obviously a diesel engine. But I have never seen a gas pump where you set the amount that you want and then do it. Because I don't know how much I want, just fill it up. And I mean, I know that it stops when you get, like right now, see, it barely goes up, and so it stops for you. But in real life, it wouldn't. The gas pump's not gonna know how much you can take. So this is just weird, and I don't know if this is a real thing or not, but I don't like it. I'm gonna eat a snack real quick just to get these out of my inventory. Okay, and it's filled. $594 for 141 gallons. Now, before we hit the road again, obviously you can maintain your truck. Get in here. Now look, he opens the hood latch and the hood opens. Now see, that bugs me because if we get down, go over here, there's another hood latch. So I should have to undo both of those because, you know, if that one's still latched, it's not going to open. I want to be able to undo both of those. So let's say you're going to get under here and you want to check your oil. Well, you can't. There's no dipstick. If you have oil on you and you open the oil cap and interact with it, it will show you the level. But that's not how you check oil in real life. You check the dipstick. The only thing you can do under here is fix your radiator, add coolant, add oil, the engine itself, and then the air filter and the fuses. There's no like power steering fluid. There's no nothing. And you may be thinking, oh, well, maybe the power steering's on the other side or something. Well, if we go over to the other side, we'll never know because you can't open it from this side. So just anything on this side of the engine is rubbish and you don't need it. Woo, I'm on one today. All right, let's get out of here. All right, and look at this. This is my life all of the time. The AI doesn't know what the hell to do ever. I'm not even sure what's happened here. Not only is the AI not very smart, it drives so slow. I would hit your truck just to show you you're an idiot, but I don't want to damage anything. All right, we're around that mess. Now, like I said, I really do like this game. It's fun. I like to get out and that you have to interact with stuff and you can do it yourself. I just wish a lot of the interaction was more realistic. Big ol' hill, some bitch. All right, we're over the big hill. Now this I don't get. Look, it drops to 25 for the intersection and then goes back up to 55 after it. Now you see, a lot of intersections, the 25 mile an hour speed limit and the 55 mile an hour speed limit after the turn are less than the length of the truck. There is no realistic way that you could slow down to 25 and then in time and then you go back up to 55. That doesn't make sense. I don't like the 25 mile an hour speed limit before an intersection. They don't give you enough time to slow down. Okay, now look at this. Speed limit down in the lower left is 55 and this truck is not doing that. He's going, let's say, 30. He's going about 30 miles an hour. Why don't you go 55 if that's the limit? I mean, hello. So we're going to fly around him. No, we're not. There's a truck coming. And then he slams on his brakes. Slower than 25, and then speeds back up to 25 because the speed limit just changed. The AI is just not very smart. Now, I know this is a no passing zone. My lights are already on, moron. I know this is a no passing zone, but I don't really care. And more traffic. And yes, I know traffic is part of a truck driver's life. But why do they go so slow and they're so stupid and all they do is crash into each other? Look at, slam on his brakes, even though he was going 25. I just don't get it. And look, he's come to a dead stop right there for no reason. For no reason, he came to a dead stop. And the speed limits don't really make any sense sometimes. You'll have a long, huge, open road, and it will be 25 for miles. And then you'll get to a tight, winding mountain road, and they put the speed limit at 55. And it's impossible to go 55 on that road because of all the sharp turns. But then they have a huge open road with the speed limit at 25. I don't get that. It has never taken me so long to do this first delivery, but it's because I'm not bitching all the time when I'm alone. All right, and we are 5-star park. There we go. All right, landing gear is lowered. Air, electricity. Now I gotta say, the 7th patch, just barely updated before I started recording. And they said that they improved the nighttime darkness. And it is a lot darker, I will admit, but still kind of bright. But maybe, I don't know, Maybe it's because we're in Alaska and the sun doesn't ever fully set during the certain seasons. I don't know. All right, let's collect our payment. All right, I've set the route to HQ. Let's go take a look. One thing I do wish is that the steering was a little bit faster at slower speeds. With the controller, at least, when you're backing up and you want the wheel to turn kind of in a quicker way to keep your trailer straight, instead of big, slow, lumberous turns, it's kind of annoying. It is definitely a lot darker, though. I will give them that. It looks a lot more nighttimey. Usually I never have my headlights on because it never got dark enough to need them. See, the speed limit on this road is 55. Look at these turns and hills. Look at this turn coming up. If I was going 55 around that, I would just understeer into the trees and I'd be killed. All right, we're coming up on our HQ. I want you to check out this park job. Coming in hot, coming in hot. Yep, I knew that was coming. And then, oh, sick. Okay, that was well parked. Now, I'm gonna grab, nope, not that one. Gonna grab me a frozen pizza. Now I'm gonna show you something else that annoys me. See that microwave? You can use it to cook the pizza. I'm not gonna do that. We're gonna get out, we're gonna go inside. Another little thing is I wish that like you'd push this and you open the door and walk in, but no, you just click it and boom, you're inside. I wish there was an animation for that. Also, out here, there's a big, AC ventilation unit thing. You come inside, you look up, it's not there. It's just not there. Yes, I know, activate the computer. Now, leveling up so that you can get stuff like the, the workshop or whatever. Where's the level up screen? Takes kind of a minute. Personality, I don't even know how you level that up. Like, when you discover new places, then that's what fills it up, but it can't be only that, because eventually you're going to discover everything, and I don't think there's enough places to get you enough points to do all these. I really don't think so. The trucking, obviously, each job has experience, and then that fills that up, and the mechanical is every time you fix something yourself, that goes up, but it's all so slow. I wish it was just a little bit faster leveling up. Just a tiny bit. All right, I'm going to have a quick... That's the jump button. 8-hour nap. All right, now I'm hungry. So, remember that frozen pizza? I come in here. Here's an oven. Now, this oven is for, like, you cook certain meals in it. You can't cook the frozen... Can you? No. You can't cook the frozen microwavable stuff in it. That makes sense. Like, you can get, like, salmon and crab legs and reindeer meat even and cook it in there. And it's more nutritious. So, I'm going to make it in the microwave. Oh, wait, I can't. This microwave doesn't function, and it should. If you're going to put it there, make it work. I don't want to have to sleep in here and then go out to my truck and eat. Maybe I want to have a little meal inside in here before I go trucking again. Maybe that's just something I want to do. Why doesn't that work? All right, back in the truck. Gonna eat real quick. And it's done. Sit back down, have me a hot pizza pie. All right, that is not pizza, my friend, but it was delicious anyways. Oh, I almost forgot. Another thing that bugs me is you have a fuel tank, and over here you have another fuel tank, but you only need to fill up one. You can fill up on either side, but it fills up both of them, and that's not real. In real life, truck stops have a pump on either side, the main pump that you pay at, and you fill up on this side, and then you can go start the other pump on this side, fill up both tanks. Yeah, but no, you can't do that. And I mean, I know not all gas stations or truck stops and can do that, but still, it'd be more realistic if that was a thing. And why can't I use these as storage? Look, I like this. Look, you look down, and you barely push forward to, like, walk slowly. And you do walk slowly, but it's the same animation. And look, when you walk to the side... And look, his fists are clenched. He is just ready to punch someone all the time. Look at that. Okay, I'm sorry. We'll move on. Now, this new game I just started, I'm not really going to do too much with it. So I'm going to spend lots of money. And we're going to go to a workshop. All right, and we're at the workshop. Use the horn to get inside. And see, you can customize your truck, and I quite like that. It's not as much customization as like American or Euro Truck Simulator, but it's decent. That's new. I have not seen that skin before. That's very new. I quite like that. Ooh, I like that one. And then you got your grills and stuff. I got the DLC grills. And see, the problem is, if I buy this stuff and then see the lights up on top, you can make them square, or the ones that had, or those lights with the horns, or these lights with the horns. And then you can put these massive horns on, and that's quite bitchin'. But what happens is, you save the game, you quit, you come back in, the stock exhaust is back on there, but so are these ones that you bought. So you have quad tip exhaust, if you will. The stock one comes up, sticks out of this one, but that one's still there. And it happens every time. I upgrade the truck, I quit the game, I save it, I come back to it later, and all of the stock parts are back on there, clipping through the ones that you put on. Okay, I bought all that, which is kind of a stupid idea, but I mean, come on. That is cool looking, isn't it? In fact, I'm going to see if it still does that thing. I'll be back. All right, I'm back in. Open my eyes, and yep, look, it did it. See up there, the stock light bar is back, and it's over the lights and horns that I put on, and the stock exhaust is back, and it comes out of the top of the ones that I put on. So, I mean, as cool as it is to have quad stacks, it still really bugs me. All right, I've gone on long enough. Now, I want to say again, I like the game. I really do. It has a lot of problems, but they are working hard, getting out tons of patches, fixing stuff, urgent stuff, you know, and they say that they're going to slow down a little bit and work on more long-term stuff. But I do like the game. I've played it for like 50 hours now. I do enjoy it, even though I've had to start over 8 times. Now, would I recommend the game to you? I don't know if I could do that. I mean, I like it, but I don't know if it's in a place where everyone else would like it. I'm easy to please, and I can get over a lot of the stuff that's wrong, but I don't know if I could give it a recommendation. But anyway, that's it from me. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you next time.